You might know the Mandarin expression xie xie, which means thank you in English. But how tough is it for Westerners to learn Mandarin? According to News 5's Brittany Gordon, it's not as hard as you might think. She had to learn Mandarin for her journalism studies at Ming Chuang University in Taiwan a few years ago. Fortunately for her, she had a head start.
It wasn't too much of an overwhelming experience because I actually did study Mandarin in high school. We had Mandarin courses in our freshman year, and so I already had some basic knowledge of it before I went over. But the ICDF scholarship, which was the one I had, it's just you have to take them within your academic studies. So it's just like a regular class that you would have to pass in order to keep your scholarship.
Gordon revealed that learning Mandarin involves many intricate details.
There's hundreds of characters and hundreds of combinations that you can put together and make new words. And there's also a certain way that you have to write the characters in order for it to be written properly. You don't just write any part of it first. You have to do one stroke a certain way, then another stroke a certain way, so that there's a flow to it. And then, of course, there's the tones. So there's 4, even 5 tones in Chinese, which can change the meaning of a word depending on how you say it.
Matthew Miranda is applying for a scholarship from Taiwan to study biopharmaceutical sciences. Unlike Gordon, he hasn't had any prior training in Mandarin. He is now trying to enroll in a program in Belize to learn some of the basics.
I think that the entire experience will be very helpful for my development because a lot of the sort of like the scientific community that I'll be a part of have sort of like individuals who come from Mandarin speaking background.
Right now, the Taiwanese government has 2 teachers in Belize offering Mandarin lessons through the Taiwan Technical Mission. This should make it easier for Belizean students who plan to study in Taiwan and for public officers who need to communicate with Asians seeking assistance. Yu Hua Lee, who heads the scholarship program at the Taiwan Embassy, says these teachers provide language courses to partner schools and various government departments.
They might have like 2 months, 3 months course for students to sign up for, and then when they complete, they will issue a certificate for them and telling them, oh, how this is what you completed during this entire training program.
But aside from the benefit of learning the language, Belizeans can also learn about Taiwanese culture at these teaching sessions.
The teachers would offer decorations or traditional costumes to the students, and we would also invite some of the Taiwanese community members to participate in those activities as well. For example, using the chopsticks, making lanterns, write bread couplets. So these will be the on these things there will be and symbols. So they get to utilize the abilities that they acquired from the language.
Miranda and Gordon both agree that overcoming the language barrier would be beneficial, not just for understanding the basics of their degree courses, but also for gaining insight into another culture.
I'm probably going to enjoy the overall experience because I am the type of person that likes to learn about other people, and it would be a very good opportunity to see what a different culture compared to ours would be. Quite literally on the other side of the world. And maybe over there I'll teach people English.
Language and culture is usually combined together. You live in a new environment, you gotta use its new language. You gotta use its language and you gotta adapt yourself to that new cultural environment. So language is kind of like a very wonderful tool for you to actually immerse yourself in that new culture.
There's just a way of connecting with people when they see that you really did put in the effort to learn their language, and they're so open and receptive to anyone trying.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.